So we've all gotten pretty used to asking AI to do stuff, right? Write an email, find an image, you know the drill. But what if AI could do so much more than just follow our instructions? What if it could take on a goal and just run with it, completely on its own? Well, that's the world of Agentic AI. And let me tell you, it's not just an upgrade. It's the next evolution.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the big picture. What is this next step for AI? Then we'll dive right into what an AI agent really is. After that, we'll peek under the hood to see how these things actually think. We'll walk through a real-world example, and then we'll wrap up by looking at what this all means for the future, the rise of what you might call an autonomous workforce.
Okay, let's set the stage here. For the longest time, we've treated AI like a tool. You give it a command, it gives you a result. Simple. But that's changing, and it's changing fast. We are now entering an era where AI is less of a tool and way more of a proactive partner. You know, one that can take a complex goal and just run with it, all by itself.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Just imagine telling your software, hey, find us new sales leads in the manufacturing sector. And instead of just spitting out a list, it goes out and researches companies, it identifies the key decision makers, and it even drafts up introductory emails for you. That is the huge, fundamental shift we are talking about here.
So what do we call this thing? Well, the term is AI agent. And honestly, the best way to think of it is like having your very own autonomous digital intern. You give it a project, and you can actually trust it to learn, adapt, and get the job done without you holding its hand. So let's get just a little more formal with the definition. An AI agent is an autonomous system that does three really key things. First, it perceives its environment, so it's taking in data. Then, it makes decisions based on that data. And finally, it takes actions to move toward the goal you've given it. It's this complete cycle, all the way from input to outcome.
In this comparison, it makes the difference crystal clear. On the left, you've got your standard AI. It's responsive. It's a tool that basically waits for you to tell it what to do. Push this button, move that block. But on the right, you have the AI agent. It's proactive. It's a teammate. You give it a mountain to climb, and it figures out the path all by itself. We're really shifting from a simple tool to a true collaborator.
Okay, so how does an agent actually work? I mean, what's going on inside? It's not magic, right? It's actually a very logical, continuous loop. And at the heart of it all is this cognitive process we call the observe, think, act cycle.
This cycle is basically the engine that drives an AI agent. It kicks off by observing. It's gathering up all the relevant data it can possibly find. Then, it thinks, analyzing all that data to come up with a plan. Next, it acts, putting that plan into motion. And here's the really crucial part. It learns from what happened, so it can adapt its approach for the next time around. It's just this constant loop of getting smarter and smarter.
All that theory is great, but let's bring this down to earth. How would an AI agent actually function in a normal, day-to-day business situation? Let's walk through a super practical example of an agent put on the job.
Okay, so look at what happened here. A human manager set just one high-level goal, perform a competitive analysis. They didn't hand over a step-by-step checklist. The agent took that big, broad goal and, all on its own, created and executed a pretty complex plan. It scanned the news, it summarized earnings calls, it identified market trends, and it even drafted an initial SWOT analysis. That's not just automation, that's autonomous execution.
Now, take that one example and imagine scaling it up across an entire organization. Suddenly, you're not just looking at a clever new tool, are you? You're looking at the very beginning of an autonomous workforce, a whole team of digital agents capable of handling complex stuff right alongside your human employees.
And the opportunities here are just massive. I mean, we're talking about automating workflows that we used to think were way too complex for any machine. This means unlocking totally new levels of productivity, creating business models that just weren't possible before, and making data-driven decisions at a speed we've literally never seen.
I really want you to let this one sink in. Agentic AI isn't just a better version of the software we have today. It represents an entirely new class of worker, a digital workforce that can reason, plan, and execute. This is a profound shift in how we think about everything from operations to strategy.
So, we're going to end on this thought. This autonomous workforce, it's not some sci-fi concept anymore, it's on its way. So the real question, the one you should be asking yourself, is this. Are you, and is your business, ready for it? Because the organizations that start thinking about how to integrate these new teammates now are the ones that are going to define the future of work.